The B-2 Spirit entered service under extreme secrecy, designed to slip through enemy skies long before anyone knew it existed. Engineers created the B-2's flying wing shape to scatter radar waves, turning a massive bomber into a nearly invisible shadow. Its radar-absorbent skin was developed through classified research, using materials that absorbed and redirected energy. The B-2 relied on advanced engine ducting to mask heat signatures, hiding from infrared sensors as well as radar. To prepare for its first missions, crews trained extensively in locked hangars, learning to maintain a bomber unlike any before. Pilots practiced long-haul flights, as the aircraft was built for global strike missions without being detected en route. The B-2's stealth allowed it to approach targets undetected, forcing adversaries to rethink their entire air defense strategies. The aircraft's first combat missions proved its capability, striking heavily defended zones with precision and no warning. Each successful mission reinforced why the B-2 was feared. It could appear anywhere, anytime, without leaving a trace. Behind every flight was an enormous logistics effort. Fuel tankers, satellite coordination, and ground crews keeping the bomber mission ready. The B-2's ability to strike from across the world depended on mid-air refueling, a risky maneuver performed with perfect precision. Air crews often flew missions exceeding 30 hours, pushing human endurance to its limits inside the bomber's confined cockpit. During Operation Allied Force, the B-2 struck Serbian targets from the U.S., proving long-range stealth was not theory, it was reality. The bomber's accuracy stunned military observers, hitting heavily protected sites without a single aircraft lost or detected. Enemy radar operators searched desperately, but their screens stayed empty. The B-2 had already vanished back into the sky. The B-2's stealth was so effective that adversaries began restructuring entire defense networks just to counter a single aircraft. Maintaining the bomber's stealth skin required hours of delicate work, as even small imperfections could compromise invisibility. Despite its complexity, the B-2 remained remarkably reliable, ready to deploy anywhere in the world with minimal notice. As global tensions rose, the B-2 stood at the center of America's strategic deterrence, seen rarely but felt everywhere. The aircraft symbolized more than firepower. It represented a shift in warfare, where invisibility became the ultimate weapon. Behind the scenes, mission planners built complex routes that curved around detection zones, maximizing the B-2's stealth advantage. Cutting-edge navigation systems allowed the B-2 to fly with extreme accuracy, even in total radio silence over hostile airspace. During high-risk missions, satellite coordination ensured the bomber received real-time updates without revealing its position. Every flight required absolute secrecy. Even crews often learned details only minutes before takeoff to prevent leaks. The B-2's haunting appearance, dark, silent, and alien, sparked fear among adversaries who rarely saw it but always felt its presence. To enemies, radar silence meant danger. The B-2 could appear anywhere, its strike unpredictable and unavoidable. As global powers studied the B-2, many attempted to replicate its design, yet none could duplicate its materials or engineering precision. The aircraft's stealth coating remained one of the most closely guarded secrets, its composition still unknown even to allies. The B-2's flying wing design created unmatched aerodynamic efficiency, allowing it to glide smoothly while producing minimal turbulence. Each mission reinforced the bomber's legend. It wasn't just a weapon. It was a message that America could strike without warning and without being seen. Even after decades of service, the B-2 remained so advanced that many of its systems were still classified to the public. Whiteman Air Force Base became the heart of B-2 operations, where only specially cleared personnel handled the aircraft. The crews who maintained it worked long, exhausting hours, ensuring every inch of the stealth coating remained flawless. Each mission required hundreds of people behind the scenes, from weather analysts to cyber teams guarding communication links. When tensions rose, the B-2 could deploy instantly, flying across oceans to stand ready long before news reached the public. Adversaries often caught glimpses of the bomber only after a strike, its presence known by destruction, not detection. The bomber's psychological impact became as valuable as its weapons. Nations reconsidered aggression, knowing it could appear unseen. As stealth technology evolved, the B-2 remained the benchmark, its design influencing nearly every modern stealth aircraft. But its greatest strength was not just invisibility. It was reliability, proving stealth could be trusted in real combat operations. As new aircraft emerged, the B-2's legacy became undeniable. This stealth giant changed warfare forever and reshaped global strategy. When the B-2 first entered service, many believed its stealth would be short-lived, but it continued defying expectations for decades. Its advanced avionics allowed pilots to control the massive flying wing with remarkable stability, even in turbulent conditions. International observers called the B-2 a machine from the future, stunned by its silence, shape, and unmatched stealth capability. Yet the aircraft's strength wasn't just technology. It was the elite crews who trained relentlessly to master its complex systems. These crews practiced emergency procedures repeatedly, ensuring the bomber could survive any scenario, from system failures to enemy fire. Every takeoff felt like launching a secret. Pilots knew they carried technology capable of reshaping a battlefield within hours. When deployed, the aircraft often flew routes spanning continents, arriving over targets with perfect timing and near total surprise. Throughout its career, the B-2 carried out missions that remained classified for years, leaving the public to wonder what it truly accomplished. Even today, many of its capabilities remain undisclosed, adding to the legend of a bomber that seemed to break the rules of physics. What the world does know is clear. The B-2 Spirit rewrote modern warfare, proving that the greatest weapon is the one no one can see coming. As global threats evolved, the B-2 adapted with upgraded avionics, stealth coatings, and enhanced mission software. These upgrades kept the aircraft relevant in an era of advanced detection systems, ensuring it remained a ghost on radar screens. New communication suites allowed the B-2 to coordinate with satellites, drones, and ground forces without revealing its location. Despite its complexity, the B-2 achieved an extraordinary readiness rate, proving the bomber could deploy with little warning. Every mission was a test of endurance. Pilots often flew more than halfway around the world to strike targets and return in a single sortie. These ultra-long missions showed the true purpose of the B-2, to deliver strategic power anywhere, anytime, without detection. The bomber's silence added to its mystique. From the ground, many witnesses reported seeing only a black shape gliding overhead. International intelligence agencies studied every public appearance of the B-2, trying to infer how its stealth truly worked. But the real secrets remained locked away. Only a handful of engineers knew how each component contributed to its invisibility. With each passing year, the B-2's legend grew stronger, cementing its status as one of the most feared and respected aircraft ever built. As new stealth rivals emerged, the B-2 continued proving its dominance through unmatched range and survivability. Even aging detection technologies struggled to track the bomber. Its radar signature remained smaller than a bird's. The B-2's missions required intense trust between pilots, crews, and planners, each step designed to maintain absolute secrecy. One single B-2 sortie could disable enemy infrastructure, leaving adversaries stunned before they even understood what happened. Its unmatched precision turned it into a strategic tool, not for overwhelming force, but for targeted, invisible power. Even during peaceful times, its presence on standby influenced global decisions. Leaders knew the Spirit could deploy instantly. The aircraft's design blended futuristic engineering with minimalist elegance, creating an unmistakable silhouette in the sky. Public sightings were rare, making the bomber feel more myth than machine. Each appearance fueled global fascination. Engineers worked tirelessly to preserve its stealth as long as possible, repairing microscopic imperfections invisible to the eye. Even as new aircraft were designed to replace it, the B-2 remained irreplaceable. Its legacy built on missions the world will never fully know. As geopolitical tensions shifted, the B-2 often launched quietly into the night, moving before threats could evolve. Many of its missions began without public knowledge, the aircraft vanishing beyond horizon lines before dawn. With unmatched endurance, it crossed oceans silently, navigating with precision even over unpredictable weather fronts. Each long-distance strike demonstrated how one bomber could influence conflicts thousands of miles from American soil. Adversaries learned that once the B-2 was airborne, predicting its target was nearly impossible. Its routes changed mid-mission. Even modern radar systems struggled to detect it. The bomber's stealth profile evolved as upgrades refined its shape and materials. Crews relied on absolute discipline, knowing small mistakes could compromise the stealth that kept them alive in hostile airspace. Despite danger, pilots described the B-2 as incredibly stable, its flying wing shape slicing smoothly through night skies. Over the years, the aircraft executed missions so complex and distant that many remained classified, adding to its mystique. Through every conflict and era, the B-2 proved one truth. Real power often moves in silence, striking unseen when the world least expects it. As the B-2 aged, engineers worked tirelessly to extend its life, upgrading systems that once seemed futuristic into modern standards. Maintenance crews developed new tools to preserve its stealth coating, perfecting techniques no other aircraft required. Every upgrade pushed the bomber further ahead of competitors, ensuring it remained at the top of global strike capability. Even as rival nations built stealth aircraft, none could match the Spirit's combination of range, payload, and true low observability. The bomber's presence alone often shifted diplomatic conversations, a reminder of power that could appear without warning. Strategists valued the B-2 not only for its weaponry, but for its unpredictability. Its missions rarely followed expected patterns. Even during peacetime, the B-2 trained constantly, rehearsing scenarios that prepared crews for any global conflict. These exercises tested the limits of endurance, stealth, and precision, proving the bomber remained battle-ready at all times. Despite its age, few aircraft inspired as much awe. Every sighting went viral, reinforcing its mythic status around the world. With new stealth bombers on the horizon, the B-2's legacy remained unmatched. A pioneer that proved invisibility could dominate the battlefield. As the Spirit approached retirement, it remained one of the most feared weapons ever built, its missions still shaping global strategy. Even after decades, many nations lacked defenses capable of stopping it, proof of how far ahead its design truly was. The aircraft inspired awe not just for its stealth, but for the precision and discipline of the teams who operated it. Every mission it flew, known or unknown, reinforced its reputation as the quiet force behind major geopolitical turning points. While other aircraft were retired or replaced, the B-2 remained essential, its capabilities still unmatched by most modern fleets. As new threats emerged, the Spirit continued launching from darkness, completing missions few aircraft could survive. Every time it disappeared into the horizon, Allies felt safer, and adversaries felt watched, even if they saw nothing at all. The world often learned of its missions only years later, long after the bomber had already shifted the balance on the ground. Though designed in secrecy, the B-2 became an icon, proof that innovation could rewrite the rules of warfare for an entire generation. And as the next stealth bomber awaits its debut, the Spirit stands unchallenged, a silent legend whose greatest missions may never be known. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to get more videos.